What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Scale News Update. If you're not familiar with the show, this is where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the last week. This week, we're back in the studio, back to a regular week. So if you enjoyed the Scale News Update, hit the like button. Let's jump into this week's topics. First topic for this week is about the King of the Streets event, which is an RC drag racing event that's going to be held on February 27th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, this is what at this point seems to be the biggest RC no prep drag racing event in the country. This is $100 per car buy-in, and at this point, the winner of this event is going to walk away with over $23,000 for an RC drag racing event. One person. Insane. But not if that wasn't quite enough. Tekin Racing has put up another little bounty. If you win the King of the Streets event with their motor and their ESC, they will personally give you $5,000. So that person could walk away with over 28 grand for winning an RC drag racing event. That's impressive. I'm sure there'll be other contingencies as well, but I did also see the highest placing aero chassis driver is going to have a $500 bonus. They don't have to win. It's just whoever has that chassis and places best, $500. So RC drag racing, it is cool to see just how much gets built up around something like this. Like I said, February 27th. At this point, I'm planning to make the trip down to Vegas to shoot the video for this event. Definitely be something I think is going to be worth the trip just to see that much go down. Now, this event is being held at Speed Vegas. And if you've ever driven down to Vegas, either from, California or kind of coming in from the west side, you will have noticed Speed Vegas. It's a big racetrack on the side of the interstate down there. And while you're there, you can rent a supercar and turn some laps. You can rent a trophy truck and go hit some jumps, or you can rent a tank and go drive around for a few laps. I mean, if I'm gonna be there, might as well rent something. I don't know though, trophy truck or supercar, it's a tough choice for me. If you're into no prep racing, you've probably heard about this already. As long as things are cleared up by the end of February, let's hope that there's no travel restrictions and things like that. Definitely looking forward to getting down there. Hopefully I see a bunch of you guys there. Looking forward to shooting video on what is going to turn out to be a pretty epic race. Next, today Reedy released a new servo. Reedy is a sister company of Associated and Element. This is the RC4020A. This is listed as a high volt crawler servo, and the specs on this pretty impressive. All aluminum case and almost 700 ounce-inches of torque. Now the transit time on this is pretty slow at 0.12 seconds. It's 0.15 at 6 volts, 0.12 is at 8.4 volts. So not a snappy servo, but it does have decent power. We'll see how the gear train holds up. That's always one of the big tells of a servo. The servo shows available now and the retail on it's $138. So not a bad price, kind of stacks in there with the rest of it. The only thing I'm interested to see is it looks like the distance between the ears on the case and the top of it seems pretty tall. It's one of those things that you just have to see how it fits in all of the popular models available. The amount of servos that are available now compared to just 4 or 5 years ago, and the quality, the power, everything has come so far, so quickly in servos that it's a good time to be in crawling. And speaking of crawling, those of you who are interested in scale competition crawling, SORCA is the governing body that comes up with a rule set that most scale events go by as far as like competition crawling scale events. And the SORCA 2021 rules just came out. They're available now for download. I'll link to them in the description below. Will say that there really wasn't any drastic changes for 2021. So if you built cars for 2020, most likely you're going to be in pretty good shape for 2021. Granted, most of the competitions for 2020 didn't happen anyway, so that's good news. None of you will have completely wasted efforts. Some simple rewording to the wheels section and a single tire added to the tire ban list about all that's changed. So if you'd like to see the most recent up-to-date 2021 SORCA rules, I'll link to them in the description below. Go check those out and just give yourself a little refresher on how those work. Last week, Drag Race Concepts announced that they are going to release their own set of no prep wheels and tires. These are being called the Axis wheels and tires. The wheels are done and on their way. They should be available soon. The tires are in the earlier stages. It sounds like they're just getting into production. They are going to be a belted tire, and they say that there's other features included as well, but none of that's been actually posted yet. So this will bring another belted tire option into no prep racing. I know that Proline has the reactions, and I'm not sure if there's any other belted no prep slicks available. But according to the post, it does look like these are going to be available by the time King of the Streets happens. So gonna stack up, see who's brave enough to try some new tires at a big event like that. Kyosho announced their new set of snow tracks for the Mini Z platform. These are $40 a pair. These are specifically made for the solid axle four-wheel drive Mini Zs, not the on-road style Mini Zs that they also have, but like the 4Runner, the Jeep, and the Jimny. My stance on tracked vehicles has always been pretty much the same. They look like a good idea. I'm not sure that anyone's ever super stoked that they ended up buying a set of tracks. This one, the Mini Z already, I guess, is fairly limited. They call these snow tracks. I can't imagine that you'd have to really find just the right conditions to take your Mini Z out in the snow. It'd either have to be like the perfect depth or just hard packed. I don't know. Maybe these are for you. If they are, these are going to be available soon, it appears. Kyosho posted a video on their YouTube page. You can go check them out there, and I believe that you'll see them on their actual website soon. So if you're really interested in tracking these things down, I'll link to the YouTube page and you can just kind of browse their site until they finally get populated. Carisma released a new two-piece 1976 Ford F-150 body. Now they previously had a Ford F-150 body and it looked okay, but it was a one-piece body. Now they released a new two-piece with some hard molded plastic details. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit longer wheelbase than standard though. This is a 324 millimeter wheelbase versus a standard 313 millimeter. So just under a ½ inch longer than standard. If you really dig the style of this body, a mild stretch of the wheelbase shouldn't be too hard for most people, but again, not going to be just a drop-on situation. Does look like the hard molded plastic details have good depth. The molding quality looks all right. I've never owned a Carisma body specifically. I've seen the bodies on their RTRs and they were okay, but I'm not sure exactly what the Lexan quality is going to be on these. Again, just never something that I've owned, but it is nice to see the separate cab and bed style of this body, and the cost on this body pretty decent at just under 47 bucks. For a two-piece body with hard molded plastic details, that's much cheaper than we often see a body set like that go for. So good for them on that. I'll link to their website below where you can find this, or you can see if any of your favorite retailers also carry these bodies. Next, we're getting into the holiday season, and the holiday season oftentimes means giveaways and raffles, things like that. If you're a member of the Scale Builders Guild is again doing their holiday giveaway. You do have to be a member of the forum with a membership. I believe memberships start around $20, but there's a bunch of really great prizes this year they're giving away. RTRs, wheels, tire sets, just a ton of really good products. So if you're interested in supporting the SBG forums, check it out. Once you're a member, then you can actually see the thread with all of the giveaway stuff, but I'm sure you'll also see some things on social media. So check those things out, see what they have to offer, and if you're interested in joining. And also this year, Proline is doing their 12 Days of Christmas with their 2020 Big Give. This year they have a ton of great prizes. You have to enter daily. Every day you enter, you're available to win that day's item. So you have to go back, re-enter for every day for a chance to win. But Proline is also doing a bunch of charity donations, either in your name and in their name, both during that time, just to help give to some of these charities. You can choose the charity. If you win some of the prizes, you get to choose what charity gets a donation in your name. It's a thoughtful gesture, as well as generous donations and nice prizes that they're offering to everybody. So check that out. Remember, check in daily for your chance to win. For you low-C laser nut vehicle owners, Beef Tubes came out with a new sway bar set in conjunction with UC Fab. So if you'd like to pick up a new machined sway bar set for your Tenacity U4 style truck, then here's a new option for you. I don't know that I've seen any other options pop up yet, so this might be the first one, might not be, maybe I just haven't seen them yet, but cool looking option nonetheless. And while you're over there, Beef Tubes also came up with a new DR10 carbon fiber motor plate. So this is meant to shed some weight, add some rigidity overall. It's about half the weight of a stock aluminum one, and it's carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is cool, right? So there you go. This week I'll be back to a completely normal video schedule. So come hang out with Matt and I on Wednesday for the live takeover. You can talk to us about the new RCPC series that we're having some fun with. I'll have a new video up on the Fijan FJ913 that I constructed here recently, posting this week as well. Sunday, 3D printing Sunday, STL Sunday. This last week we did a 3D model of a Bridgeport that you can print at home. If you'd like a scale manual mill to put in your scale garage, it's got a moving table and everything. So you can download that. I linked my Thingiverse in the scale news as well. So if you're looking for some scale accessories to 3D print, definitely worth checking out. They're all free. There's a bunch of random and ridiculous scale items for you to download. For this week's question, since we're already in December somehow, build season is running now. It's cold in most places. People are already starting to think about or are already working on their plans for things to run next year. What is on your build list? What are you either going to work on next or thinking about working on next or have already started on? Is it scale trucks? Is it go fast? Are you just daydreaming about the next thing you actually want to get started on? So post up your next project in the comments below. Always enjoy reading those. Appreciate all of you guys who interact with the videos. Again, thanks for watching the Scale News every Tuesday. If you like these videos, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell so you see the videos as soon as they get uploaded. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.